Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SmackDown. I'm your host, Christopher Billings, and we've got a lot of things going on tonight. There's going to be all kinds of excitement. There's just so many things that have been happening over the past few weeks, and there's so much to get to. But right now, we've got Alan Seibrecht in the back, who is making his return tonight in the power plant. He's making his comeback tonight, and he said he's got a few things to say to the fans. So let's find out what Alan's got to say.
I'm sorry I've been gone for a long time, fans. At breaking point I suffered a leg injury and I had to take some time off. But that hardcore title match was brutal and it was probably one of my best matches in my career. Now that I'm back, I will change. I will be the best that I've ever been. I will not slack about and lose like I did. I don't want to be a loser, I want to be a winner. No, I'm not going to win all the time, but at least I will put on a good show for you fans each and every week of my career till I retire. And believe me, Alan Seibrecht will not retire for a long time. It is just the start of my career. And I mean, it's only the beginning. And me and Sam were tag partners tonight. Well, let me remind you fans, 2 weeks after I won the Intercontinental Championship, we were supposed to be partners. But what did he do? He let me down. Now Sam, I know you're here tonight, but in this match, we're against somebody who's really good, and he is Zack Samararo. He is probably one of the best people in the power plant. So Sam, you've not been bringing your A game lately. You better bring your A game tonight. You better bring it. Okay? Because if you don't, I will be mad at you, and I don't like being mad at people. So if you don't bring your A game tonight, well, I don't know what's going to happen to our friendship.
Strong words from Alan Seibrecht, to say the least. But on a side note, with that in mind, you know, there's, like I said, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening tonight. And one of those big things, we've got a big tag team match. It's going to be Die Hard and John Russell's taking on Craig Hazard and Styles, which is definitely going to be a slobber knocker. I can feel that in my veins, that match is just going to be so intense and so exciting. But right now we've got Still Saint. He's competing tonight. You know, he's coming off a big thing last week, and I'm hoping that this week, you know, Still Saint can pull another magical thing. He's facing the returning David Seibrecht tonight, which is definitely going to be huge. You know, tonight it seems like it's going to be a night of returns. We've got both the Seibrechts making their return tonight, which is, you know, that makes me very happy because I love calling the Seibrechts matches. But Still Saint has got his work cut out for him tonight against David Seibrecht, who is a former Power Plant champion, who is a former Intercontinental champion. David Seibrecht has done a lot in the Power Plant, and he's been here for a long time. And the straight edge superstar, he's getting ready to, you know, make his way out here. I have not seen David in so long, so I'm interested to see what, if he's got ring rust or what's going to be happening with David Seibrecht. I'm not sure. And wow, I've got to say, David Seibrecht definitely sporting a new look tonight. As you can see, he's grown his hair back out from his former short hair look. Back to when he first came to the power plant, he had longer hair. He's changed his attire. David Seibrecht looks like he's in great shape. It looks like the time he spent away from the power plant was not bad, because it looks like it turned out for the best for him. I'm just hoping that everything goes through real well for David Seibrecht tonight, and he has an amazing match against Still Saint. Still Saint has been somewhat on a roll, but on a rough roll as of late. He's been winning and losing at the same time. And you know David Seibrecht wants to make an impact tonight. He wants to let people know that he's still one of the top guys in the power plant, because that's just the way David Seibrecht is. He wants you to know. And so everybody's expecting something's going to happen tonight. Something's got to happen. You got David Seibrecht, you got Alan Seibrecht, you got Still Saint, you got Die Hard, Styles, Craig Hazard, Explicit, Raven Faith, you got all these guys. Something's bound to happen tonight. As we get closer and closer to SummerSlam, something has got to happen. And here we go, David Seivert versus Still Saint. David Seivert's return matchup here into a standing tie-up. David Seivert gets the better of the exchange, but then Still Saint is able to counter. And now Still Saint, that jumping wheel kick there from a standing position, the vertical leap that Still Saint has is just spectacular. He's able to ascend from a standing position to all of a sudden kicking you in the face, and that's an amazing feat nonetheless. And then, a big power slam from David Seivert to Still Saint. And I got to go out and say that tonight is one of those benchmark nights for everybody because it's setting the tone. We know that at SummerSlam it's going to be Die Hard versus Styles in a Hell in a Cell match for the Power Plant Championship, which is a huge match, no doubt. But there are going to be other matches at SummerSlam, and we hope in some capacity that all these guys are involved in a match at SummerSlam. So what they need to do over the next 3.5 weeks, they need to show the Power Plant management team that these guys, that they deserve to be at the SummerSlam event. I mean, if they don't, then what message is that sending? Are they sending to the fans? What message is it that they're sending away? It's as if they're saying they don't care by not performing at their best possible ability. And right now, it looks like Still Saint is definitely going high impact. He's trying to go high impact and high flying, but for him to do that, he's got to watch what he does. Otherwise, he could injure himself, take himself out. He's got to be careful of that stuff because he does not want to get injured and then all of a sudden get landed in a match at SummerSlam, because that could just reek of bad karma right there. And a big front face suplex from Still Saint to David Seivert. And Still Saint tapping on the knee. But as I was saying, I mean, for David Seivert, this is a huge night for him because it's a big return. And then with Still Saint, if Still Saint can knock down David Seivert, it's not just him being able to say that he beat just a Power Plant superstar. He can then say he beat a former Power Plant champion. And that's a very big thing, to be able to say that you beat a former Power Plant champion. And as you see, Still Saint, he's wasted no time here going after David Seivert. Now he's choking away on David Seivert, using the steel steps to his advantage. It's just moments like these, I love calling matches because they're so high impact and they're so intense all the time. I love intense matches, I do. But I also enjoy a good slow-paced match. And with Still Saint, you're guaranteed a very fast-paced, quick-oriented match. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that at all. But Still Saint, he's got to be able to go the distance. Yes, he can be fast, he can be quick, but to get to the top of the ladder, you got to be able to go every which way. You got to be able to speed it up, take it slow. You got to be able to do all kinds of things just to take the champion or whoever it is at the time. You got to be able to do that to take them off guard and get a big win over them. But right now it looks like Still Saint is looking great. He's looking great in the match right now. And then David Seivert with that Dragon Whip kick, it did not connect fully, but it did connect enough. And now David Seivert with the side headlock on Still Saint. Still Saint counters. David Seivert counters. But as I was saying, this is a huge night for everybody in the Power Plant. We're getting closer and closer to SummerSlam. This is the night that you want to embed yourself for that SummerSlam shot, because if you can get into a match at SummerSlam, the biggest blockbuster of the summer, then you get all kinds of amazing perks. You're guaranteed to be in a title match as long as you can show the creative writers and Power Plant management team, as long as you can show them that you've got what it takes, you will be in a title match at SummerSlam. And any title in the Power Plant is an important title. But the most important title is the Power Plant Championship. And there's a lot of controversy as of late circling around the Die Hard and Styles segments that we've been having as of late. As we have not definitively seen who would win between Styles and Die Hard. And we can't go off of the Styles and Die Hard retirement match, seeing as though Melinda Guerrero called Styles and had him come back to the power plant. And the match which we thought would have been Styles and Die Hard, one-on-one, when we first made our comeback, it was going to be this we thought it was an amazing match regardless. It was an amazing match, except it did not have a definitive winner. Nobody lost and nobody won. They both got a draw. It was a double count out. And then last week, Explicit was facing Styles, and Die Hard was supposedly not in the arena, but he was. We didn't know that. He came out there and he kicked Explicit out of the ring, and then they started brawling, and it was complete chaos. And then last week we had the contract signing between Styles and Die Hard, and that was just, it went from what simply would have been just a contract signing to being an all-out war between Styles and Die Hard. And Steve Baker, he may have set the cause for that because of what happened. That may have been the cause right there. And so then it just brought all kinds of animosity and tension. And then a big springboard from Still Saint. He didn't get all of that there, but he did get most of it. But as I was saying, so much animosity built up, and then a big running code breaker from Still Saint. He's dragging David Cyber away from the ropes, goes for the cover. 1, 2, David Cyber able to get his shoulders up. But as I was saying, I mean, there's so much animosity right now between Die Hard and Styles with what's going on with them, and then with the inclusion of Zack Samararo, he has been, last week he really verbally attacked Die Hard and Melinda Guerrero, and we first saw Steve Baker, and that was a big shockwave for the power plant. So many things have been happening. We don't know. I don't know what to tell the fans when they ask about these things. Things that you see are uncut, and they are about as real as it's ever going to get. That is the one thing the power plant strives for. It is as real as it's ever going to get. And a big springboard, but David Cyber was able to roll out of the way there. And then that Dragon Whip kick connects from David Cyber, not completely, but a little bit. And that one did connect on Still Saint. And now Still Saint with his own variation of a standing wheel kick. And then a big springboard. He didn't connect fully. And see, that's another thing with Still Saint that he's got to be careful of. He loves to hit the springboards, and he loves to hit the high-flying moves. But to do those, you got to be cautious, because you can seriously injure yourself when you miss those moves. We've seen it before. Superstars' careers have ended when moves are not performed properly, when they're not performed safely. And right now, Still Saint is not performing safely when he's doing these springboards from half a ring's distance to his opponent. When he knows he's not going to completely hit his opponent, he still does it, though. And I understand that he may be doing it for the fans, but he needs to take into consideration his personal well-being. And now it looks like David Cyber, that is vintage David Cyber right there with that float-over gourd buster. And then a big knee stamp on the head. And this even goes into saying about Still Saint always using the springboard. He's putting himself out there and making it so that his opponents can easily counter him. Like David Cyber was able to get momentum in his favor because Still Saint went to the top rope one too many times, and David Cyber saw it coming. And now David Cyber, another gourd buster there. And then a big knee stamp across the back of the head from David Cyber to Still Saint. Still Saint with a rear tie-up. And then a drop kick right to David Cyber's back. Then that running knee face buster. Still Saint kick to the abdomen and then a DDT. And now again, Still Saint goes for another high-risk maneuver, and David Cyber rolls out of the way and now is working on the knee. And now David Cyber ascends the top rope. David Cyber leaps off with a big elbow drop, and as you see, he connected fully on that. He went for it all, and he got it all. He got the biggest reward from it. And I'm not sure what David Sybright's thinking here. David Sybright, a kick to the abdomen. Then the Sybright DDT right there. That might do it. Wait, he turns him over. Wait a second. David Sybright, he is stalking him. Could it be that we are going to get to see the DKO tonight? David Sybright flips him over into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and David Sybright in his return match picks up a huge victory over Still Saint. And I can't take anything away from Still Saint, but as I said, Still Saint should be more careful when he's going to the top rope. He needs to be careful and watch what he's doing. There were so many moments in that match where Still Saint could have won, but he made a lot of mistakes. So hopefully Still Saint will watch the show, and he will watch it and he will watch what he did wrong. And he'll watch week after week to make sure that he's not doing those same mistakes every time. But now we go on to the other Sybright, Alan Sybright. It's going to be Alan Sybright and Sam Mysterio tonight, teaming up against Zack Samararo, the newly crowned tag team champion. I don't know what Zack Samararo's plan is. If I knew, I'd tell you, but I really don't know what is going on in Zack Samararo's mind. When he came to the power plant, he was loved. And he says he was underappreciated, but the fans loved him. And then when he got the title, he became this evil, evil man. And it seems like Zack Samararo just can't shake that. Zack Samararo is very brutal and in your face when it comes to saying what he's going to say. He's an unscripted individual, and he will say what's on his mind. So I expect no less from any superstar in the power plant, but Zack Samararo is his own special breed of, intense verbal action. And when it comes to, this guy, Sam Mysterio, he has been plagued with bad karma the entire time he's been in the power plant. But week after week, this young man always shows up. He goes out there and he does the best match that he possibly can. And that is why the fans continue to tune in to see Sam Mysterio. This young man is the definition, and I'm not saying because he doesn't win his matches all the time. This young man goes out there and he performs to the best of his ability week after week after week. And the way he does it, he always has the coolest colors. I mean, who else do you know in the power plant can sport a red flannel pullover and still make it look good? I cannot think of anybody in the power plant that can do that. But Sam Mysterio pulls it off very well and makes it look very nice. So hopefully tonight, Sam Mysterio and Alan Sybright can work as a team and take out Zack Samararo, who ideally this is going to be a handicap match in their favor. So as long as they can do that, they should be golden, they should be fine. And now as you see Zack Samararo sporting his new semi t-shirt, and Zack Samararo he's becoming one of the greatest superstars in the power plant of all time. Right now, Zack Samararo is rivaling the likes of, and I know that this may be stepping out a little bit, but under my contract, I'm allowed to say whatever I want to say. Right now, Zack Samararo is kind of stepping in the bounds of Bam Gamer, a very outspoken young man. It looks like Semi has a microphone. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hello everybody, this is your tag team champion, Zack Samararo, and later on tonight I take on the tag team of Alan Sybright and Sam, the guy I beat last week, no one cares about. And the fact of the matter is, I yet again am shot down by Melinda Guerrero, held down by Melinda Guerrero in her new pet. And until I get what I want, I'm not asking for the title. I'm not asking for you to hand me the championship. I want to earn it, but I demand, I'm not asking, I'm demanding for a shot. After SummerSlam, if I don't get this, there will be hell to pay after SummerSlam. I don't care if it's Die Hard, I don't care if it's Styles, I don't care if it's Ronald McDonald. Whoever's the power plant champion faces Cesaro. And like I just said, if that doesn't happen, Melinda, you might be visiting your husband in the hospital. You might be visiting your husband's former friend in the hospital. You might be visiting all your employees in the hospital. Because people will be dropping like flies once I realize I don't get what I want. Once you deny me my championship match once again. Hell, I mean, at least I should get my rematch clause, right? For a title I never lost. Your husband gets his. Your husband's in the title match. I'm not saying he doesn't belong there. Styles comes out of the blue and gets his match. No disrespect to him, but I'm 1-0 against him in the power play. It never aired because Die Hard once again shut down the company like he always does. Takes that monthly break. That's right. I put your precious #1 contender for the World Championship. I muscle busted him straight through a flaming table. And after that, I went on to defend my championship all the way up until Collision when Jordan Moore got the best of me. But I didn't let that get me down. No, I saw an opportunity. I teamed with Alan Seibrecht, who my career seems to be intertwined with at the sound of it. I teamed with him against Die Hard and Brick Wall for the tag team championships. And what happened was a 40-minute masterpiece of tag team wrestling. The amazing part was I carried that match after going 35 minutes through tables, through chairs, through ladders. I went through the hardcore war and then continued into the tag war. And then, following that, power plant ceased operations. We came back. Brands were split. I was on Raw. The talent was on SmackDown. I was competing on Raw with Alan Seibrecht, with David Seibrecht, the Seibrechts. And what happened was something magical. At the first pay-per-view, Zack Sabre became the Power Plant champion. Zack Sabre beat David Seibrecht, the man who was the Power Plant champion at Collision. He beat that man, the man he jobbed to when he first came, and Poetic Justice seemed to have served, but that wasn't the end, no. I had that title a couple months, it seemed, and it was gone. The power plant revamped, as you've seen, and I was left without my title. And now, I got these 2 tag team championship straps, and I don't know what to do with them because I'm not picking a partner. No one's on my level. And like I said, I'm not satisfied till I get my shot at the world title. So, Melinda, Tony, Styles, Baker, Billings. This is a Samararo public service announcement basically saying your asses are on the line. Much to your all's dismay, this week I do have a partner, a man who I feel has been treated just as badly as I have, a man who months ago was injured, and now he gets his chance at redemption. When he was injured, the Guerrero family threw him to the side. They did not pay his medical bills or anything. They just him like they do. So let me introduce this man. Hit his music.
Well, I've never heard this music before, but I'm interested to know who this is. I really am. If he was injured, I have an idea, but I'm not 100%. Oh my god, it is Extreme. I cannot believe this. How did Zack Samararo convince Extreme to come back to the power plant? Several months ago, Extreme was in a match with James Braden. And James Braden did a reverse Death Valley driver on Extreme, and that's what took out Extreme. It was almost a career-ending injury. But as you saw, the camera panned over to Alan Seibrecht. Alan Seibrecht and Extreme both have a lot of history. They have very deep history together. They were former tag team champions, and most people know Extreme for having the longer hair, but it looks like Extreme is sporting a new look, shorter hair. Doesn't look like he's here to wrestle, though. I'm not sure what's going on, if Extreme is going to actually compete in the match or if he's just here to set a standard. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Extreme, and I'm still baffled at Extreme and Zack Samararo. How did Zack Samararo pull Extreme in? It looks like Extreme is actually here to compete because he is standing on the apron of this matchup. And now Alan Seibert, Samararo tying it up here. Alan Seibert gets the better of the exchange. Samararo counters with a side headlock, switches positions to a side wrist lock, and then a quick arm drag. And now Zack Samararo going high risk to the top rope. He leaps off, but Alan Seibert swats him away. You know, and I'm still so shocked that we have Extreme of all people. I don't know what to say. I never expected to see Extreme coming out here tonight. And then a big counter by Alan Seibert. And then Samararo counters from the ground. Alan Seibert counters, whips Samararo into the corner. Then a big clothesline in the corner from Alan Seibert. And now Samararo whips Alan Seibert. No, he pulls him back into a big leg lariat. This is definitely a unique way of having a matchup. We've got Samararo and Extreme taking on Alan Seibert, and then the double team big boot in the corner. Good teamwork between Alan Seibert and Sam Mysterio. As I was saying, it's Sam Mysterio, Alan Seibert teaming up against Samararo and Extreme. And Extreme has had, with two of the men in here, with the other team, with Alan and with Sam, he's had history with both of these guys. Alan Seibert, he was a former tag team champion. They had a spectacular match last year at Royal Crown Challenge. You know, it was a huge, huge match. And then more recently, it was with Sam Mysterio when Extreme was a tag team with John Terrace. He was involved. It was Sam Mysterio and John Wolf, and they were in an amazing tag team TLC match. And now we see Extreme teaming with Zack Samararo against two guys that he's fought and he's teamed with Alan. He's fought against both of these guys at one point in time. And then Zack Samararo with that big leg lariat. Sam Mysterio counters from the ground. And now Sam Mysterio whips Zack Samararo to the corner. Samararo counters, whips Sam Mysterio to the corner, runs in with a big running boot there. Oh, and then a big drop kick off the apron. And then Samararo leaps out with the big leg drop over the top rope to the outside. And the referee admonishing Samararo and Sam Mysterio to get back in the ring. A big counter from Zack Samararo. And then a big jawbreaker counter from Zack Samararo. Samararo ascends the top rope. He leaps out with a huge elbow drop from the very top turnbuckle to the outside. Zack Samararo whips Sam Mysterio back into the ring. Then that corkscrew body splash did not connect completely, but a little bit, and then a leg drop right across the face from the inside of the ring, and that took Zack Samararo down. And then a big drop kick right to the back from Sam Mysterio. Sam Mysterio whips Zack Samararo to the corner. A big running body splash. A kick to the abdomen. Zack Samararo whips Sam Mysterio to the corner. Could this be? Wait a second, Zack Samararo just tagged in Extreme. Extreme to the top rope. I'm curious to know if Extreme has ring rust here. And as you see, Extreme, the powerhouse he is, just grabs Sam Mysterio by the throat to pick him up with one hand. Into the ropes, leaps under here, and then Extreme counters with that big DDT on Sam Mysterio, and now Extreme with those mounted punches. I wasn't sure what to expect seeing Extreme in the ring, but now I don't think Extreme has missed a step. That double choke lift slam. And now Extreme just physically showing his strength. And now Zack Samararo and Extreme going to work on Sam Mysterio as a team here. Wait a second, what's Extreme thinking? Extreme whips Sam Mysterio to the corner. A big punch. I don't know if Extreme's thinking he's going to go coast to coast or what. And then a big clothesline to Alan Sivray on the corner, on the apron there. Sam Mysterio saw the moment, took advantage of it. Then a big spinning clothesline from Sam Mysterio into a front standing tie-up. A kick to the abdomen. Extreme whips Sam to the corner. He runs in with a big running boot in the corner there. Wait a second. Extreme, a big kick right to the spine. Extreme going for the cover here. One, but Alan Sivray was able to break it up at a 1 count. If anything, Alan Sivray should know Extreme all too well, as they were tag team champions, and they have a heated history together. And Sam Mysterio should know Extreme as well, because Extreme is just as dangerous before, I think, as he is now. Wait a second. Alan Sivray with a quick tag there. Wait a second. They got Extreme up, but wait. Extreme counters with a double DDT there. The referee admonishing Sam Mysterio to get out of the ring. As I was saying, there's so much history with 3 of these guys in the ring, and then there's so much history between Zack Samararo and Alan Sivray. There's just so much history. And Extreme counters from the ground. And now what's Extreme thinking here? Let's Zack Samararo get tagged in. And now it looks like Extreme and Samararo, a double gut buster. And now Zack Samararo smashing Alan Sivray's face right into the mat there. Just, at first it didn't look like Zack Samararo was going to do too well, but he seems to be functioning very well with Extreme on his team. Samararo off the ropes, misses with that running drop kick. Kick to the abdomen by Alan Sivray. Whips Zack Samararo to the corner. A kick to the small of the back, and then that chop across the chest. Alan Sivray ascending the top rope. Leaps off with attempted big leg drop. Zack Samararo had him well scouted. Then a stomp right to the groin there. And now it looks like Zack Samararo with the side belly to belly. You know, all the things I've seen in the power plant, I've seen hundreds and thousands of matches, but this is definitely shaping up to be one of the better matches I've seen in a long time. I'm still in awe about Extreme making a return. I'm still flipping out about that. I really am. And then a big power slam from Zack Samararo. An attempted kick to the abdomen, but that mule kick from Zack Samararo to Alan Sivray. And now Alan Sivray he's got that arm wrenched. Runs up the turnbuckle here. And then a big arm breaker from Alan Sivray to Zack Samararo. Alan Sivray is on groggy feet here. Into the corner he goes. Alan Sivray counters with a big knee. And then a big bulldog. Alan Sivray picks Zack Samararo up. He whips Zack Samararo to the corner. Samararo attempts a springboard. Alan Sivray able to counter him. Zack Samararo counters from the ground. Wait a second. Sam Mysterio with a blind tag. And now Zack Samararo going to work on Sam Mysterio, but Sam Mysterio able to counter, catches him with that standing spinning wheel kick. Sam Mysterio ascends the top rope, attempts a big elbow. Zack Samararo had him scouted there. But wait a second, Sam Mysterio with a big forearm to the back, and then Zack Samararo countering with some quick elbows. Wait a second, Zack Samaro's got Sam Mysterio on his shoulders with an electric chair drop. As I said, you know, there's just so much that's been going on in this matchup. I'm still in awe about Extreme being back, or in this match, which is just crazy. Wait a second. Sam Mysterio gets a Hurricane Rana from Zack Samararo. And now Zack Samararo going for that Achilles lock on Sam Mysterio. Well, wait a second. Samararo let go. A kick to the abdomen from Sam Mysterio. Hook in the arms. Could Sam Mysterio be going for the Samster DDT? Sam Mysterio with the Samster DDT. And now Samararo back to his feet. That spinning clothesline from Sam Mysterio. Wait a second, Alan Syverate with a blind tag, tags himself in. And now Alan Syverate with that flip over DDT. Then a big running drop kick from Zack Samararo to Alan Syverate. Kick to the abdomen. Alan Syverate counters. Samararo springboards out of the corner, but Alan Syverate again had it well scouted. Whip Zack Samararo to the corner. Wait a second. Alan Syverate tags Sam Mysterio in a backbreaker. Sam Mysterio with a big elbow across the chest there. Samararo counters from the ground. And then a stomp right to the abdomen there. Sam Mysterio counters from the ground. And now Zack Samararo's on the outside. As you see, Extreme motioning for the tag here. Wait a second, Zack Samararo just tripped up Alan Syverate. Oh, and then a rotating crossbody from Zack Samararo to Sam Mysterio caught him off guard into the cover. Sam Mysterio able to kick out. A kick to the abdomen from Zack Samararo whips Sam Mysterio to the corner. And now Zack Samararo just pushing Sam Mysterio's face into the turnbuckle there. Sam Mysterio rolls to the outside. And then a big rope flip from the inside of the ring to the outside of the ring from Zack Samararo. Sam Mysterio counters from the ground, whips Zack Samararo into the ring. And now Sam Mysterio gives chase, a kick to the abdomen. Wait a second, Extreme grab Sam Mysterio. And now Samararo, oh, a big slap right across the face there. Zack Samararo whips Sam Mysterio to the corner. He puts him up. Sam Mysterio counters with a big crossbody. And now Sam Mysterio just stomping away on Zack Samararo's chest. This match went from being just a basic tag team match to being an all-out brawl here. Zack Samararo seems like he's in a fight for his life. Wait a second, he whips Sam Mysterio into the corner. And now Sam Mysterio tagging in Extreme again. Extreme from the top rope with that crossbody. That is 285 pounds crashing down on you. Then a big elbow drop from Extreme, who again is not in his wrestling attire, but the strength of Extreme just lifting him up. And then that double choke toss suplex. As you see, Extreme taunting to the fans. And now again with those seated punches. And now again Extreme with one hand picks Sam Mysterio up off the ground. He's got Sam Mysterio up. Sam Mysterio counters with a tornado DDT. A kick to the abdomen and then a kick right to the face. Then a big running clothesline from Sam Mysterio. But wait, Extreme counters, pulls Sam Mysterio into a big spine buster. And now Extreme again with those close fist punches. Extreme picks Sam Mysterio up. He's got him and scoops him around almost 180 degrees. And now Extreme whips him into the corner. He pulls him into that rotating spine buster there. Extreme looks like he's setting him up. Extreme picks him up. What's he going to do here? Whips Sam Mysterio into the ropes. He catches him again in that rotating spine buster. Zack Samarro off the top rope with a big elbow drop. And now Extreme whips Sam Mysterio to the corner. Runs in with the big boot here. This could be game over for Zack Samarro or for Sam Mysterio. Extreme back into the ring. A big clothesline to Alan Siveright. Extreme giving chase, the Achilles lock from Zack Samarro to Sam Mysterio. And Sam Mysterio had no choice to tap. Alan Siveright was unable to get into the ring to help him as Extreme was punching him in the face outside of the ring. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Extreme joining with Zack Samarro. That is a very dangerous combination. Zack Samarro is a very influential guy, and Extreme is a very powerful and dangerous superstar. This could be a very dangerous, and I mean a very dangerous alliance. But as you hear right now, it looks like we're going to get to see Explicit, although I don't have him on the match card. I don't have him scheduled for a match tonight. But he's still coming down to the ring, so there must have been a last-minute change. Maybe, I'm not sure. And oh my God, Raven Faith from behind, now stomping away on Explicit. I don't understand why he would do that. Well, here now, hold on a second now, Mr. Raven Faith. The match that we're scheduled for tonight, it was you versus Explicit. But evidently you like to attack people while they're coming down to the ring. So Explicit and Raven Faith will compete tonight, right now, one-on-one in a match. Good luck, and I hope the best for Explicit. Well, there you have it. Steve Baker making an announcement. It's going to be Raven Faith versus Explicit tonight. That's a huge deal. And now Raven Faith off the ropes catches Explicit with that clothesline. A kick to the abdomen from Explicit, and then a big Sambo suplex to Raven Faith. A kick to the abdomen and a kick to the face. I don't understand though why Raven Faith attacked Explicit while Explicit was coming down to the ring. And now Explicit trying to gain some momentum here against Raven Faith. But now Explicit able to counter. Whips Raven Faith into the ropes. Now Raven Faith attempts a kick to the gut, but Explicit catches him with a dragon screw. And now Explicit putting Raven Faith up on the top. A punch to the head. It looks like Explicit's going for a big superplex off the top rope there. And now Explicit, wait a second, a tiger driver there. You know, and I want to say that Explicit and Raven Faith will both be involved in some form at SummerSlam. I don't know what management's plans are for these two, but these two are definitely show stoppers right here. They keep the show going, and they are a very valuable asset to the power plant. So it'd be in management's best interest to put them in a great type of, to put both of them in great matches at SummerSlam. And I don't agree with what Raven Faith did to get this match. I don't know if maybe it was because he wasn't scheduled tonight. I don't know, because like I said, I didn't have Explicit and Raven Faith in any scheduled match tonight, and Raven Faith just came down and interfered or assaulted Explicit, on his way to the ring. And now Raven Faith, that double lifting choke toss. But as I was saying, Raven Faith just basically came down and attacked Explicit off the ropes with the big running German suplex to Explicit from Raven Faith. As I was saying, though, it was extremely intense. It was an intense attacking, but I don't know what drove Raven Faith to do that. And now a dirty eye poke from Raven Faith to Explicit. Explicit counters. Then a standing dragon whip kick. With everything that I've seen tonight so far, I cannot imagine how crazy the main event's going to be. Explicit runs up the chest of Raven Faith there from in the corner. Explicit counters, whips Raven Faith to the corner again. Turns him around. And now Raven Faith counters from behind there. And now an attempted Pele kick did not connect fully, but it looks like it may have hit the leg of Raven Faith. Now Raven Faith, a big standing drop kick to Explicit. Explicit counters from the ground. A big running drop kick. Raven Faith wisely rolls to the outside. Into the ring he goes. An attempted corkscrew from Explicit was unsuccessful due to Raven Faith. And Raven Faith just basically showing that he was a little bit more, he was one step ahead of Explicit. He was expecting Explicit to do that attempted springboard to the outside, so as he was doing it, he slid into the ring. And then a big punch to the groin from Raven Faith to Explicit. An attempted running dropkick. Raven Faith swatted him away like a bug. And now Raven Faith spits that green mist. A green mist right in the face of Explicit off the top rope. Attempted clothesline, but Explicit caught him off guard. Catches him. Double underhooks. A double underhook there. And now Explicit whips Raven Faith to the corner. Turning him around here. Explicit has Raven Faith seated on the top there. But wait, Raven Faith counters. Leaps off with that diving spear. Into the quick cover here. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but Raven Faith was unable to keep Explicit down for the 3. Explicit is, like I've said over the past few weeks, he is the smallest dog in the fight. But if he can pick up a big win here tonight, that'd be great. But right now, Raven Faith is just rolling. A kick to the abdomen. Wait a second, there's one German suplex from Raven Faith. There's 2 German suplexes. And there's the 3rd German suplex from Raven Faith to Explicit. Wait a second, Raven Faith off the ropes. A big clothesline from hell. And as you see, Raven Faith just taunting him. Raven Faith hooks the far leg, shoulders down. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but Explicit was able to kick out. A kick to the abdomen. And then a big standing clothesline from Raven Faith. This match went from, being a great match to being a stellar match. The intensity has just gained so much, and then a rotating Sambo suplex from Explicit to Raven Faith. And off the rotating corkscrew springboard from Explicit. And now Explicit whips Raven Faith to the corner. Raven Faith able to counter out of the corner there. Whips Explicit back in. Explicit counters. These guys are having a war here. Raven Faith counters again. And then a kick right to the face. As I was saying, though, these guys they're having a war. They are just holding nothing back. Just completely brawling with each other. I don't understand the hatred between these two. I still don't understand why Raven Faith did what he did to Explicit. But in any sense, I guess this match is almost over. I'm not sure. Raven Faith has Explicit up on the top. Wait, he turns him upside down. And now Raven Faith choking away on Explicit. The referee starting his count. Wait a second. Raven Faith attempts to kick to the abdomen. Explicit caught him with that dragon screw. Explicit off the top rope. Raven Faith went to leap in. A kick to the abdomen from Raven Faith. Wait a second. He's got Explicit up. And the huge muscle buster there. A standing muscle buster. And now Raven Faith. His feet are on the ropes, ref. 1, 2, 3, and Raven Faith picks up a huge win tonight over Explicit by using the ropes as leverage. I can't believe that. I can't believe what I just saw. The fact that that happened was totally crazy. And as Raven Faith is making his way up the entrance ramp, he's just laughing at Explicit. He jumped him before his match, and then he attacks him. He jumps him and attacks him, and then Steve Baker makes a match, and all that happened. And now it's the main event. As you hear Die Hard music playing. And remember, it's going to be Die Hard and John Russell, which John Russell said some pretty straightforward things about Die Hard, you know, and that's going to be Craig Hazard and Styles on a team. So I don't know if Die Hard and John Russell are going to be able to work together the right way, but nonetheless, they will be working together, hopefully. And, you know, you got to believe Die Hard is looking forward to SummerSlam, as he will be in the Power Plant Championship match. And like Zack Samararo said earlier, the #1 contender after SummerSlam had better be him. Otherwise, he basically said that some people are going to start getting injured. And I hope that that's not what happens, but there's a good chance that that could be what happens. You know, and I can't take anything away from Die Hard, but he's taking it too far sometimes. And I can't argue with everything that Zack Samararo said about Die Hard, or in general about the power plant. Some things he said are very spot on, but other things were a little aloof. And this man, I don't even want to talk about John Russell's. Like I said last week, the young man that he kicked in the face was my little brother. And someday John Russell, he will know what vengeance is all about. He's so despicable. But I see that he's not wearing his hood over his head. Maybe it's because of what I said last week. I'm not sure, but regardless, he still hangs his head low because he knows that what he does is wrong. He knows that, and he knows that any superstar in the power plant could beat him on any given day. Craig Hazard beat him last week. It was an impressive win between Craig Hazard. So John Russell can try to lead everybody into believing that he doesn't have a conscience and that he doesn't care, but you know inside that man is disgusted. Now this man, I am so happy that Styles is back in the power plant. I have never been happier about anything, and this is one of those things that I am ecstatic about, especially the fact that we get to see Die Hard and Styles at SummerSlam in a Hell in a Cell for the Power Plant Championship. That's like 3 main events in one, and it's amazing. And Styles is looking great. He's in great shape, you know, and he's made Die Hard realize that he can take Die Hard to the limits. He can push Die Hard as far as he's got to push him, and that's what's important. The fact that Styles knows that he can. Die Hard knows that Styles can push him. So SummerSlam is definitely going to be huge for these two. Just as long as they can both manage to not get injured. As you saw, Styles just staring down Die Hard there. And again, that cold stare from Styles. At one time, these guys were friends. And now they're basically enemies. Which is just crazy. You know, and now Styles' partner, Craig Hazard. This young man is one of my favorite guys in the power plant. I love Craig Hazard. He's got so much energy. He's all for the fans. That is why Craig Hazard is one of our most viewed superstars in the power plant. As of last week, he was the most viewed superstar. His entrance last week was the most viewed part of our show, which is great. Because you know what, Craig Hazard, you are the man. You may be a small guy, but you're still the man. You do great. You did great last week when you beat the crap out of John Russell's. You did great the week before that, and you did great the week before that. You're doing great, kid. Keep up the good work, because before you know it, you're going to be in the main event. Wait, he's already in the main event. He's in the main event tonight. He's teaming up with just the American-made Styles, and that is a huge deal, because he's teaming up with the main event guy for SummerSlam, and that makes him the main event tonight. And as you see, Die Hard, Styles, they're in the middle here. They're tying it up. A standing tie-up from Die Hard and Styles. A straight-up stalemate there. Die Hard and Styles, like I've said, on numerous occasions, these guys train together, so they know each other so well. And then Die Hard, that raised knee lift as Styles was taunting him. Die Hard whips Styles into the rope. Tries to catch him with a knee, but now Die Hard again counters. Between these two, there used to not be this kind of animosity. They were the best of friends. They were an amazing tag team, and now they're basically bitter enemies. And that's the saddening part, because they were such good friends. And now Styles runs in, attempts that running knee, but Die Hard rolled out of the way. And now Die Hard lighting up Styles with those punches. And then that standing spinning clothesline. Styles counters from the ground. I can't wait to see these guys at SummerSlam because of everything. And like I was saying, these guys, they trained together. They were an unstoppable force as a team. And now, like I was saying, they're bitter enemies. They are duking it out with each other week after week, and they're scheduled to go head-to-head at SummerSlam. And that is definitely going to be a huge match. And now Die Hard slowing the pace down with that big hanging suplex on Styles. Styles quickly gets back to his feet. Styles is no stranger to Die Hard, and Die Hard is no stranger to Styles. They know each other. Styles with that big running neck breaker there. And now Styles gets stomped right on the forehead. Right now it looks like Styles is getting the better of Die Hard. Styles whips Die Hard into the ropes. Die Hard catches himself. Kick to the abdomen from Styles. Then that reverse atomic drop into a rear tie-up here. Switches position. Die Hard counters with the side wrist lock. And then a punch right across the forearm there. Now Die Hard, a big standing clothesline on Styles. Styles counters from the ground. Whips Die Hard to the far corner. Die Hard counters out of the corner. And now Styles counters Die Hard suplex with a suplex of his own. And then Styles a big elbow drop. Wait a second, Styles whips Die Hard back into the corner. A big back chop there. Styles has Die Hard up on the top rope there. He's taunting him. Then that Frankensteiner out of the corner. And now it's Die Hard with the standing tie-up on Styles. Catches Styles in that rotating spine buster. And now Die Hard going to work on the leg, keeping the match pace slow. Die Hard picks Styles up. And then Die Hard with that vintage Sambo suplex there. Hooks the far leg, going for a cover here. 1, 2. Styles able to get his shoulder up. Now Styles lighting up Die Hard with those strikes. Then that reverse atomic drop. Then a big running clothesline. Styles ascending the top rope here. Leaps off, but Die Hard counters with the knees. And he's got knee braces on. Die Hard into the quick cover. 1. Styles quickly gets his shoulder off the mat. Die Hard whips Styles. Pulls him back in to that knee and then that neck breaker. The knee to the lower back and then a neck breaker. Now Die Hard He's got that arm bar, that modified arm bar there. This is the diehard that we should all be afraid of when he starts getting in that zone, when he starts getting angry. And then, oh, Styles with that big punch there, and then a big back chop on diehard. And now Styles with the side headlock, but wait, diehard counters with the front face lock. Styles counters. Styles pulls diehard back into a Samoan drop. And now Styles with that dragon sleeper on diehard. And now diehard kneeing his way out of that submission, kneeing Styles right in the forehead. And now Styles ducks under diehard there. Diehard catches him with a quick raised knee and then that standing spinning clothesline. And now diehard with those seated punches. And again, diehard going to work with those closed fists. The referee admonishing diehard, saying, don't do that. And now Styles counters from the ground. And another standing tie-up by diehard and Styles. Diehard gets the better of the situation, whips Styles into the ropes, ducks under him, catches him with a big rotating spine buster. And now diehard again goes for the cover. One. And Styles able to get his shoulder up again. And now diehard again catches Styles with that spine buster. And again goes for the cover here. One, not even a one count. And Styles was able to kick out. Styles a kick to the abdomen. And then that high kick to the side of the face there. Diehard may be out. Styles smashes the knee on the mat. Styles knows the extent of diehard's former past injuries. Diehard able to counter from the ground. Kick to the abdomen from Styles, and now Styles lighting up diehard. But diehard gets the better of that exchange there. And now diehard flips him over, then an elbow right across the throat. Styles counters from the ground. Then a big running clothesline from Styles to diehard into a quick cover here. One, two, diehard able to get his shoulder up at a 2 count there. And now diehard whips Styles into the ropes. So wait, John Russell's just tripped up Styles. Diehard goes for a suicide dive, but Styles rolled out of the way. And now Styles and diehard are duking it out on the outside. Diehard whips Styles towards that corner. Styles with that big running clothesline. Now Styles with a kick to the abdomen. And then Styles with the J2H. Wait a second, diehard back to his feet. Styles again. Wait a second, the SKO. Wait a second. Diehard kick to the abdomen. He's got Styles up in that spine buster on the outside. Wait a second, John Russell was coming after him. Diehard still duking it out with Styles there. The referee telling Diehard he has to leave. Diehard and Styles have been counted out. They have been counted out of the main event. It is Craig Hazard and John Russell's here. And as you see, Craig Hazard, John Russell's, they are duking it out. John Russell's just taunted Diehard. I don't know why he gave that gesture. A big springboard from Craig Hazard to John Russell's, keeping the match going here. And now Craig Hazard going to work on John Russell's. Styles is still down over here on the outside. And now Craig Hazard has John Russell's up, drops him face first on the barricade, and there you see Styles heading to the back. And now Craig Hazard, those seated punches in the barricade there. I've seen a lot of crazy things, but this takes the cake. Diehard and Styles, that's twice now they've both been counted out in a match that they were in. And now Craig Hazard lighting up John Russell's right now. Oh, into the steel steps there. Folks, we will be right back in just a quick moment.
Every champion reinvents himself. Every champion never stops pushing. Bigger. Badder. Better.
And we're back, folks. During the break, there was all kinds of action here. I mean, Craig Hazard was on a roll, and then John Russell was able to slow it down and really pick apart Craig Hazard there. But Craig Hazard whips John Russell into that turnbuckle pad that John Russell's just exposed. And now Craig Hazard, a big spinning uppercut off the top rope there. You know, and I'm still in disbelief that we had what we had. And now Craig Hazard, what's he thinking here? Wait a second. Craig Hazard is taking off my announcer's table cover here. I don't know what he's thinking. Luckily, these guys are right in front of me. Craig Hazard whips John Russell right into that announcer's table. Any other superstar I would be mad at for doing this. But I am not mad at Craig Hazard if he does this. I cannot stand John Russell's. Put him through the announcer's table, Craig Hazard. Put him through it. Wait a second. Craig Hazard ascending the top rope. He leaps off with a moonsault through the announcer's table. Craig Hazard never fails to shock and surprise me. Week after week after week, this young man puts his body on line, springboard out of the corner. And now Craig Hazard with that moonsault splash off the ropes. Wait a second, Craig Hazard, he might be setting him up. He's setting him up. He's going to do the double shooting star press. Do it, Craig Hazard, do it. The double shooting star press. Hooks the far leg, shoulders are down. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but again, John Russell was able to get his shoulder up. During the break, there was several near falls. It makes you wonder how much either one of these guys have in their tank. But I hope and I pray that John Russell has nothing left in his tank. As you see, John Russell's trying to stretch out here, trying to make himself feel a little bit better with the pain that is circumferencing through his body. Then a big German suplex from John Russell's. As you see, still John Russell's cannot shake the pain that has been inflicted by Craig Hazard. Now Craig Hazard gets whipped into the corner by John Russell's. John Russell's turns Craig Hazard upside down. Craig Hazard able to counter. An attempted drop kick did not connect. Then that standing spinning wheel kick from Craig Hazard to John Russell's. A kick to the abdomen, a kick to the leg, and then a kick to the back of the head. Then a kick again to the abdomen from Craig Hazard. These guys definitely, they've got to have something going on for SummerSlam because they are just they put on amazing matches every time they are in the ring. These young men are the future of the power plant. These are the future of the sport right here. Craig Hazard, John Russell's. I don't enjoy John Russell's, but the man, he does compete and he knows how to compete. But with Craig Hazard, I love watching him compete. I love the way he performs in the ring. He always does great. Oh, and then that hard Irish whip from John Russell's to Craig Hazard. And now what's John Russell's kick to the abdomen, and then that standing spinning elbow there. And now John Russell's with that rotating backdrop into a face plant. And Now John Russell was just taunting Craig Hazard. Craig Hazard catches the foot, trips him up. John Russell's back to his feet. Craig Hazard whips John Russell's into the ropes. Craig Hazard knee to the back and then the neck breaker. And now Craig Hazard with the big standing moonsault there. Stomp on the abdomen and then an elbow to the face. Craig Hazard counters from the ground. Or John Russell's counters from the ground. Now John Russell has Craig Hazard up in that suplex. A big hanging suplex there. John Russell's time will run out. And now John Russell's with that big seated clothesline. His time will run out. One day he will realize that the fans just don't care about him. They don't enjoy him. And now John Russell's again with that kick to the abdomen there. He lifts up Craig Hazard with an Osaka street cutter. As I was saying, John Russell's time will run out. The fans will realize that they hate him. And now John Russell's, wait a second, he's got Craig Hazard, what's he thinking here? Groin first into the ring apron, and now he has the leg, swinging the leg across the ring apron there, or the ring post. That could break your kneecap. That is solid steel. Craig Hazard unable to get back to his feet after that. I don't blame him. He was put in no man's land there. And now as you see, John Russell's taunting him. John Russell's, what's he thinking? A kick to the abdomen. John Russell's goes for the brain buster. Hooks the far leg, shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. And again, John Russell's picks up an upset victory over Craig Hazard. I'm still in disbelief of everything we've seen tonight. We've seen the return of Extreme. Die Hard and Styles got themselves counted out. Zack Samararo with the words he said. Folks, you got to make sure to tune in next week, because I'm almost positive that next week is going to top what we've seen this week. So take care of yourselves and have a good night, folks.